Hello, I'm Kikostego, and this video series has a content warning. If you're somewhat sensitive, please go watch some other stuff on the channel. And if you're good, let's get into it.
She'd be happy.
No disavowing yourself in this chapter.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise,
Oh, come on.
fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
But I do. What?
No lady wants to see
What
your
is he
exposed heart.
We can't see unless you tell us.
You
Are
simps.
you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep.
She don't look too happy about it.
Handhold. And you find it. Your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider. And yet, it's done, isn't it?
What the fuck's wrong with Smitten?
You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened, threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room. Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
That's nasty.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
What on earth could I be trying to tell you? Y'all crazy.
Princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then
Don't touch me there.
everything goes dark.
That's my
and
private
you die.
square.
Yes.
Oh. Epilogue, happily ever after.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Yeah.
Right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! I can't say I'm happy to be here.
It is the correct new
This is
guy.
a bad place. All stale and wrong. Can't you feel it? Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
What other
The
one?
Other one? Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet.
True.
One might
I
even
didn't even
say
think about him.
absent. Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
If only.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicoloured glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
That's not good. We're going for I meant it, so approach the mirror.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like. There is no door, there's a mirror. No, there isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. That's because I'm not lying. Look, if you need help, just raise your hand, and I'll guide it where it needs to go.
Reach forward.
You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone. I don't like things disappearing on us. I don't like how fluid reality seems to be. Neither do I. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all.
Interesting.
Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Yeah, definitely never been
if
here.
all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature? That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning. No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice. That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay? And don't eat the food.
Definitely a little paranoid. Funny joke. But God forbid a woman react to the way you talk to her and treat her and act accordingly, because all I see throughout this game is her just acting to the way that this character acts to her. And they act like she's a problem. And I understand she's a demon or whatever, but how many good endings that this game has, because you treated her like a person. Just saying. Proceed up the stairs.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the centre of the room, the princess seated at its far end. Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck. So that's where it is.
Makes sense.
And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Yes, actually, thank you. What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
The flames burn bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Yeah, it looks like there's hands
ahead
and
and
like
dig
a
in.
creature
I'm sure
behind
you're
her.
hungry.
That's kind of strange.
Remember what I said.
Is that her?
Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
We're supposed to eat for this one.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating.
Weird.
The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again. You tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry
Messed
too,
up purgatory.
right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
And so the shadow sweeps over
Makes
the table,
me uneasy.
clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal. That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down. We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast. And again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time. Right?
I'm so tired of this.
Aw.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
You pissed off the demon.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
He's trying to
The
feed
light
ya.
went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Okay, I'm too afraid to, like, explore because I'm afraid to get off of this path. Well, we ate. What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game. Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet another waste of time.
I like
Why
board
all
games.
the distractions. What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind. You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess.
As long as you're not counting again.
As you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
It's never.
You get yourself a
going to
collection of
stay
like 20
fun.
board games.
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again.
Why is she trying to
The
appease this
shadow
thing?
descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends. And even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish. Till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the
Oof.
princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful.
This is
Him,
strange.
Isn't it? He's making all of this happen. He's the one who trapped us here. Who? The lovesick one, the one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now.
Shadows on the walls.
He's the shadow.
Oh. Okay, well, I need to cross that achievement off. Shadows on the walls. Okay, where are we? Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes, Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
We need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
Aw.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
We probably die. Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
Oh, that's pretty.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
Ew.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
I don't like...
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
I liked Smitten. I don't like Smitten anymore. It's like very creepy abuser-ish, and it's like, Like at first it was like, oh, he's a simp, a love-struck fool, but like, this is bad. What do we need? You can open your eyes. I'm still here, you know.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
Yeah, honey.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
Good.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Yes, silly. Whatever we had between us wasn't real. This is real.
I don't know what this is.
I don't fucking know either. But together we'll figure it out. I'd like to find out.
Me too. And I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
Offer her your hand.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she
Demure.
gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Aw.
It really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it? Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
It was. It's a very pretty
He's
ending.
really gone, isn't he? Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful.
Yes, they are. A quiet moment passes over you, a comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Well, let's dance. She gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile widening and widening until she reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretched to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
I'm glad I could. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. I meant it has been achieved. That was a good one. I like that one a lot.
Good. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. Gaze into reflection. Proceed to the cabin. We're gonna not skip and we're gonna approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Good. Okay, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and we die. We got an honest heart.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin...
We're gonna try for a possum if we can get it, which I think is another the beast. I guess we'll, get to a new game, so...
Towards the princess.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my saying things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as... I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be...
Leave the basement to claim your reward.
Wait, your body lurches as your heart suddenly stops beating. Are you killing us? You'll forgive me eventually.
The skeptic killed me.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
You're damn right, apparently. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going somewhere.
If you die at this point, haven't you already gotten what you want? I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear. It turns out that it doesn't take too long to die after your heart stops beating.
I imagine.
You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
You're damn right he knows that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We got the cage.
You're on a path in the wood. Are you fucking kidding me?
Huh.
We had everything we ever could have wanted, and you killed us. We didn't have everything we ever could have wanted. That's just what he told us. I want the truth, not some made-up eternal happiness. But it was nice. Who gives a shit about truth? I do. He said we were happy, but what does happiness like that even mean? It was just another prison.
True.
And this isn't. There are chains everywhere. That just means we're on the right track, you numbskull. That we're finally starting to see reality for what it is. Can you two stop fighting? It's not very productive. No, it isn't, is it? So let's focus up. You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities. Not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
She died last time, and the way you decided to thank us was locking us away in a happiness void forever?
So you actually managed to slay her? Yet you still found your way back here. Absolutely unbelievable. What on earth is wrong with you?
A lot.
We weren't satisfied with your happy little prison.